Hey guys, Beretta 9mm USA here, and this video is going to be a comparison of these two tactical modern style 1911s. Both of these handguns are made by Springfield Armory. Before we get really deep into the weeds on these two tactical 1911 pistols, let me remind you guys to please support our channel by joining us on Patreon and subscribing to our channel if you haven't done so already. Also, YouTube is really watching how many people give the thumbs up on the videos now that they've gotten away from the dislikes. So the more of you that hit the thumbs up, the more they'll recommend the videos for recommended videos to watch. As far as Patreon is concerned, we'd love to see more people over there on Patreon. We'd like to get the Patreon account to about 100 patrons. And right now we're less than half of that. So a channel our size, you would think would have more people that would want to come over to Patreon and enjoy the content early. So I do invite you to do that. All right, now back to the subject matter at hand. These two wonderful 1911 pistols from Springfield Armory. These 1911s are made in the United States, which is a big thing for young Beretta and I.
Both of these 1911s ship out with two 8-round 1911 magazines. The blued ones are from the Springfield Operator, the stainless ones are from the Emissary, and they are both made by Mekgar. 8-round mags, decent revolver. Had pretty good luck with these 1911 magazines made by Mekgar, but we do recommend Wilson Combat 1911 magazines whenever possible for the increased reliability and feeding that they offer. These Springfield 1911s have very good quality forged frames, slides, and barrels. Both pistols also have a 3-slot rail to be able to mount a lighter laser. I mounted a Streamlight TLR HL on both these pistols, and here is the 3-slot Picatinny rail seen here. Both pistols have it, so you can really put anything you want on these pistols. Alright, so now that we cover the similarities on both pistols, let's cover both pistols in detail, going over the feature sets and styles of them. The new Springfield Armory Emissary is very interesting in its styling. It is a traditional two-tone style finish with a blued slide and a stainless frame. You also do have an old school style squared off trigger guard here, which is really cool compared to your standard style trigger guard right here on the Operator. So with this pistol here, the Emissary, it really is old school custom features meeting modern machining, because this is something they used to do in the 80s and the 70s. Two 1911s, they used to weld and change the shape of the trigger guard to a squared profile. So it's really refreshing to see the squared off trigger guard make a comeback on this model, and you also see it in the new ACW Prodigy. Continuing to talk about the Emissary here, let's talk about the slide itself. It has an interesting tri-top style design to it, so it's not your traditional, old slab side like on the Operator here. On the top of the slide, you do have 40 lines per inch serrations to cut down on glare, which you also see on most custom guns if you order them that way. Like on this Les Baer 10mm Premier 2 that I ordered to have the same style serrated top. The Emissary pistol also has a forged bushingless stainless match grade barrel and full length guide rod. So it is non-traditional with these updated features. Both these Springfield 1911s have night sights and Picatinny rails, of course, as I've shown before, to mount a lighter laser onto the pistol. You can see the difference in the night sight picture right there. You have a white outline on the Operator and a yellow luminescent paint outline on the Emissary 1911. Springfield offers the 5-inch government size as seen here on the Emissary, and 45 ACP, and a 9mm.
Today's video is brought to you by Core Essentials. Core Essentials gun belts are the best fitting, most comfortable, and concealable carry belts on the market today. It has a hidden, virtually indestructible track sewn right into the back of the belt itself. This creates 40 plus positions you can size your belt to, so you get that custom fit. I've used a Core belt for over 4 years, both on and off duty. With these belts, you can adjust your EDC belt within 1/4 inch increments, so you get that exact fit. Core offers their belts in top grain leather or tactical nylon web. Your choice. Both come in 1.5 inch widths with a reinforced power core. This offers superior support and flexibility. One size fits all in the waist sizes from 24 inches all the way up to 44. Tactical and XL leather belts are also available all the way up to 54 inches in waist. These belts are perfect for in the waistband carry, outside the waistband carry, or whatever your preferred EDC method is. These belts come with a 1-year warranty from Core Essentials and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Use coupon code B9USA at checkout and you can save 10% on your entire order.
If you are a lefty and you want a 1911 ready to go out of box for defensive use, the operator is likely going to be your go-to because of it having an ambi safety, as seen here. Traditionally nowadays, it's not a standard feature, guys. You have to go custom or change it over yourself. So as you can see on the Emissary here, strong side safety only for a right-handed user. Very positive safeties on both pistols.
All right, guys, I'm gonna take a turn here. Wanted to note that both pistols have like a ledge rear sight on them, as you can see right there. So you can go ahead and rack those off your duty belt or a table or the back of your boot or shoe or something like that in an emergency situation. If you happen to have one hand or one arm go down, right? You need to rack the action on these pistols. You can just jam it right up against this sight right here and go ahead and rack it. Of course, make sure your safety's off when you're doing that. The operator comes with a aluminum 3-hole speed trigger on it, very similar to what the Les Baer pistols come with, right? So you got metal right here, whereas, is this plastic?
Yeah.
Sure does feel like it. The Emissary comes with a flat plastic trigger on it. You don't notice it too much unless you're actually feeling it and want to feel what the difference is. And then you notice that there is a big difference. So it's definitely something worth noting. Easily replaced, I guess, maybe, right?
Yeah, very easily. And Springfield is using these triggers on the Ronins and the new Emissary pistols, so it's commonplace on some of their 1911 line now, and we haven't noticed any issues at all with them.
No. The only time I notice it, guys, is when I'm actually feeling it like this. So this pistol kind of strikes me all over the place with the way it's made and the way it feels in your hand. The tri-cut design up on the front, how skeletonized everything is down here, how the front is done as well as the back. And then you get to the point where the trigger kind of feels, you know, kind of plain. So for what it's worth, your mileage may be different, but that's kind of what I think of when I compare the two. This reminds me more of like a Les Baer 1911. Kind of feels like one, kind of trigger feels like one. The pistol's done up front here for front serrations and back. So that's kind of what this pistol right here reminds me of. So the operator speaks to me a little bit more. Triggers real quick. This one I think has a little bit of a heavier trigger on it. Let's go out with the camera a little. There we go. This one, to me, yeah, it's more like about a 5-pound, 5.5-pound trigger. To me, it's heavy for a 1911. The reset, pretty good. Back on it. Just takes a little bit of extra pressure here on this one. I want to bet it's around 5.5 pounds, maybe 5 pounds.
But again, those polymer triggers just get the job done, you know, no issues.
Yeah, let's check this one out. Definitely the feel of the Les Baer Wilson Combat, different Springfield Armories with this trigger right here. You can just feel the difference, guys. Okay, there it is. What do we got? 1/4 of an inch maybe, and it's firmed up. It drops. I would say 4.5 pounds. Reset. A little bit further out than the polymer trigger on the Emissary. You're back on it. It's not moving at all, as you can tell. And it drops again. 4.5 pounds. I like this trigger a little bit better.
Good job covering the triggers, Beretta Senior. I'm also a huge fan of the metal triggers. It's just my preference. Metal triggers on Les Baers, Wilson Combats, and everything else. So don't get me wrong, the polymer is good, but I prefer a metal trigger if I can get away with it. You know what I'm saying? This is a difference that I noticed while messing with the pistols. And again, guys, these are production guns, so you know what I mean? Every gun that you pick up is going to be a little bit different. These are, you know, 2 examples that I have right in front of me, talking about the positivity of the grip safety itself, okay? So look at this. I'm pressing on the trigger the whole time here, trying to get it to release. There you go. So I have to press this grip safety in almost all the way on the Emissary to get it to disengage. And here is the Springfield operator. Look at that. Halfway. A little bit better sensitized on the operator.
All right, let's talk about the finish of the firearms. This is a black Cerakote finish. I think you're gonna find that it's very durable and keeps the rust away very well. It's just a very nice looking finish on the pistol itself. So you've got that. In the Emissary, it's more of a traditional bluing, that hot salt bluing. So it looks wonderful, but I will tell you this, it is not as durable. And young Brett and I recently saw some stuff on the internet. I'm not sure if he's gonna share that with you or not, but this is a gun that has to be cared for, folks. So if you take it out and shoot it and it's snowing or it's raining, make sure when you get it home, you wipe it down completely and oil it before you put it away. Because if not, you will have some problems with your finish on this one right here. This is gonna be more durable. So which one's more durable? The operator. If you're someone that doesn't take care of your guns every time you take them out, I would suggest the operator. Both pistols come with a match grade barrel in them, so either way you're getting quality there. The operator comes with a traditional bushing style barrel, and the Emissary comes with a bushingless bull barrel, which is quite a bit thicker in its design, guys. The Emissary has a full length guide rod, and the operator has a GI guide rod in it. So there's another difference. So quite a bit of differences here. This one here, the Emissary, also reminds me of like some of the Wilson Combats that's going to that grenade-like texturing. This is pretty heavy, and this is pretty aggressive. Just saying. It looks wonderful. Absolutely looks perfect. The top and the bottom are done perfectly right. It feels kind of aggressive in your hand. So if that's what you're going for and that's what you want, I really dig the sight. Yeah, that's for sure. But this one's different. This is more classic. Both made by a great company that has terrific customer service as far as we know. We've never talked to anyone that owns them that had any problems with customer service with Springfield Armory. So if you want to say something in the comments, if you're one of those few that have finally had problems, let us know. But as far as I know, our experience and everyone else's experience has been terrific.
All right, guys, continuing to talk about some differences between these two pistols, let's talk about the grips themselves. The Emissary has thin profile grips and bushings. So if you look at how thin the grip is on this pistol compared to a standard thickness grip on a 1911. So that is something that some people may want to change out just to give the pistol a more traditional feel of a 1911 in hand. But I gotta tell you, quite a few people like the size of the thin bushings just because it makes it feel a little bit more ergonomic for people with smaller hands. One last thing to mention about the Emissary is that these are VZ grips, and they are, again, in the grenade texture pattern, same as the front strap and mainspring housing on this pistol. Really love the grips on this pistol. Really nice, good quality. The thin profile bushings honestly don't bother me that much. Now, going over to the operator, these grips. A lot of people have said that these are amazing grips and just, really good and really have a lot of texture to them. And I gotta say, I disagree. I am not a fan of these grips, and neither is Beretta Sr. They just don't have any texture to them really at all, guys. Like when you're actually holding the gun in your hand, feels really slick compared to these over here on this side. This is half of a set of a pair of LOK grips that I am going to be putting on this pistol in the LOK Ops texture pattern. You can see that this is the bogey texture and the ridgebacks combined. Just really locks the pistol in a whole hell of a lot better than what you've got going over here with these VZ grips. Just not a fan, guys. They look great on the pistol, I'm not gonna lie, but they just don't feel good as far as functionality. They're very slick. And considering you don't have any texture on the front strap of this 1911, those are two bad qualities right there, and adding up to a possible dangerous situation of you dropping the pistol out of your hand, especially if your hands are wet or bloody.
Yeah, I agree with you, young brother. We both checked it out. I like the looks of them, guys.
Yeah, they look good.
And they've got a little bit of texturing to them, but I think also what I don't care about them is I thought they were just a little bit too thin. There wasn't enough there to grab a hold of. You look at that, there's tons of stuff over here to grab a hold of.
The crazy thing is actually they're thicker. If you actually look at the difference in the profile, right here you can see that they're thicker.
Oh, maybe right there, right in this area.
LOK grips, yeah. Yeah. Because that's where the screw locks in.
So maybe it's the cutoff down to the size as it goes down too. Maybe that's what I don't like. I like something that fills my hand just a little bit more, and I get a better grip on it.
In a more aggressive texture pattern.
I do like the more aggressive texture pattern when you have nothing on the front strap.
Yeah. For
what it's worth.
So if you guys are interested in any grips like these with the liner and the different texture patterns, go over to LOK Grips website. Highly recommend them over VZ just because of the options and how you can really customize them, and they have amazing customer service. They also offer really cool things like these right here. These are 1911 bushing wrenches. Really super high quality, made out of G10. Love these products, guys. One more thing I wanted to cover in this video, guys, is this holster I have for both of these 1911s. This is a Galco gun leather halo holster, and it fits both these 1911s perfectly with the Streamlight TLR HL weapon light. So there's the operator 1911 in there. And even though you have the tri-top slide and everything else, here is the Emissary 1911 in here. Really super well-made holster, you guys, for the money. You can't beat it. This is my go-to option right now to put one of these 1911s in a holster as far as on the nightstand or just taking it around if I want to have it in a holster. Brandon, what are your thoughts on this holster? I think you need to get one right-handed version.
Well, I don't have one of those yet, so I am interested now if I ever go to a light, but currently right now I'm using my Dan Wesson as my EDC as my alchemy gets worked on. So this is a Galco holster right here with a thumb brake.
I think it's the Fletch holster, if I remember right. That's the code for you guys that are interested in it. There you go.
Yeah, model MOD FL266B, and then it says C219WCD from Galco. So it works quite well. I've been using it for quite a bit, and when you draw it out, you break it right here, and it's nice and easy. But it's got a keeper on it right here, so it keeps your safety in the on position.
Yeah, it keeps it cocked and locked, which is a good thing.
So you can see the safety is up there, trapped by the holster itself, keeping it in the locked position. So yeah, it's great. These Galco holsters have been pretty good for us for a much lesser price.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, it's just something for you to keep in mind if you're looking for a high quality holster, leather holster option to put one of these in. Our other go-to is the Safariland ALS, which you could pick up if you're trying to find one as far as for a light bearing holster. I just don't have one of those yet because I'm a lefty and it's a little bit harder to find a Safariland ALS 1911 holster with a light on it.
I think the Galco leather is a little bit more comfortable to wear than the Safariland also.
Yeah, of course.
For a guy that has a holster on all day, whether I'm on duty or off duty, you know, I have it on all the time, so it's very comfortable. All right, on to the rest of the video. So guys, this is something everyone wants to know. What's the MSRP? What's the cost of these extremely high quality 1911s that are American made? Again, you're paying for a forged frame, a forged slide that are made in America, and I think you got to spend a little bit more to get that kind of quality. The Springfield Emissary has an MSRP of $1,349, and that's for everything except the light.
Yeah.
So a very cool, loaded with features 1911 for around $1,300. You might be able to find it a little bit cheaper in your area, but that is what the MSRP is. My pick of the two of these is the Springfield Operator, coming in at $1,159. So somewhere right around the $1,100 mark would be my guess. And you get this more traditional 1911, but it doesn't have anything done on the front strap. So that's the
You can always have somebody do that as far as a professional gunsmith later at some point. Add some texturing of your choice to the front strap for $200 or $300 probably.
So that's my takeaway on the two. The only thing you're missing out on is the front strap. The rest of the handgun itself, I like quite a bit better. The trigger is better. The metal trigger is better. It has a safety on both sides. Both of the sights, looking down the sights, I think are really good. I think I give the edge to the Emissary when you're comparing the two. But I don't think you're losing a lot by going with the Operator. So again, your favorite may differ. What do you think, young Beretta? Which one do you like better?
For me, it is a difficult decision choosing between these two pistols, which one I like better. But because I am a two-tone kind of guy, you see, I really do love a traditional two-tone 1911. And also I do love the feature set on the Emissary as far as that front sight and the overall grip profile here as far as having the front strap done up. And the overall just texturing in general just feel amazing in hand. Locks the pistol in, really reminds me of a Les Bear, even though of course it's completely different. Really just, this pistol reminds me of your Wilson Combat Experior with the grenade texture and all that, but you're paying less than half the price for this pistol. This is a steal, you guys, on the market that is completely crowded. There's a lot of 1911s out there, and this Emissary really is quite special, having the squared off trigger guard and everything else.
There's no doubt about it that the Emissary has its own look completely, almost from top to bottom.
Yeah.
It definitely looks different than everything else out there.
Real fast, let me mention this actually. There are some things that I am going to change on this Emissary. Like I'm going to add an ambi safety to the pistol. I'm going to change out the polymer trigger. And I am going to put in a Wilson Combat extended magazine release. And the pistol's going to be good to go. It's going to be ready for defensive use for me.
Alright guys, I think that's the bottom line. These Springfield 1911s both offer a lot out of the box and would be fantastic additions to anyone's gun collection. So whether you like the traditional look or the new look with the tri-top and everything that goes with it, one of these 1911s would be a perfect addition to anyone's gun collection, especially if you don't have one yet. I think that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube. Please hit the thumbs up button if you haven't been doing that, or if you like watching our videos again later on, go back to the last few that have been out there and go ahead and give us a thumbs up on that. I think YouTube is making a bigger deal on how many thumbs up each video gets, so we do appreciate that. Join us on Patreon if you would. We do enjoy interacting over there on Patreon, and as always, we try to load the new videos over there first before they go over to YouTube. So we'll see you guys on the next video. Remember, your Second Amendment is worth protecting.